WRVA.com. I'm Gary Hess, News Radio WRVA, the voice of Virginia.
Hey, downtown rolling past Capitol Square, Chesterfield grind, and everybody's there. Headlights moving only all the arrows. Rich has your back while the morning rolls. Wake up with Rich and win the day. Don't spend your morning playing catch up. Richmond's morning news keeps you on your way. 8 a.m. now in the day.
All right, good morning, everybody. It's Richmond's Morning News here on News Radio WRVA. Thank you so much for joining us. It is 8:04 as we get ready to kick off. Oh, sorry, Dave. I clapped into the microphone. Dave gets mad when I do that. We kick off. I'll just do a fist pump instead, Dave. Nobody can hear that, but I'll tell you, it's a fist pump as we get ready to celebrate America's 250th birthday. Was that better, Dave?
Yes, I enjoyed it. That was honored to be a part of it.
No, the fist bump instead of me clapping. You hate when I clap in here.
I hate when you clap over audio I'm playing.
Okay.
All that is audio over audio, and it sounds,
it drives you crazy.
Yes. If you want to clap in there, clap all you want. As long as I'm not playing anything in here.
Okay. Just
or
want
if
to
you're
make sure.
walking up and down the halls, you can clap as much as you want.
I do that,
You
don't
can
I?
sit in your office and clap as you want. You can come in my studio and clap for me if you like.
I do that all the time, don't I?
What?
Just walk around randomly clapping.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it?
Hey, if it makes you happy, whatever.
Hey, it fires me
Just
up.
don't
Get
do it
ready
on the
for
air.
show. Okay, fine. So I can't clap right now.
Yes, you can clap right now if you'd like.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so excited
Lovely.
about USA 250. All right, we've got a lot to get to today. I got some text messages that I'm going to sneak in here as well. Also, coming up, we're going to remind everybody, people are going to party. They're going to have a great time. They're going to party like it's 1776, but we also have to be careful because as much as I want to celebrate July 4th, I also want you around for July 5th. That means we're going to talk about drinking and driving over this Independence Day weekend and make sure that you understand, have a great time, but be responsible. People in Chesterfield County are doing a great job of making sure that that you're able to do all of that. So that's coming up here on the program today here on Richmond's Morning News. Also, we're getting ready for the 933 experiment. When I was on filling in Philadelphia, we talked about this a little bit, that SNAP benefits, what are they really for? Especially with the amount of soda that I drink. There was a question, should SNAP benefits cover sodas? I'll show you what they said during congressional testimony, and I'll get your thoughts on that coming up here on the program. But before we do any of that great stuff, and I'll give you the text number one more time, 833-804-1140, 833-804-1140. It's time for Richmond's Morning News Brief here on News Radio WRVA at 8:06. All right, story number one. We still don't have a budget, and the General Assembly is being recalled back to Richmond. Yeehaw!
Number one.
Virginia, we finally got a budget. Guess what paid the price when they chose to nudge
No,
it?
wait a minute,
They
stop
found a brand
right
new
there.
piggy bank.
We don't have a budget. I thought we had a budget. We still don't have a budget. Why? The governor's recalling the General Assembly. She has some amendments to the budget. Democrats, you have the Assembly and the Senate and the governor's mentioned. Why are you going to within 48 hours of us running into a government shutdown? I think they'll get it done today. But what do I even call this? Is it inept? Is it mismanagement? I don't know. But between Louise Lucas, Don Scott, and Abigail Spanberger and their staffs, why are we waiting to the last minute? Why are we having to recall the General Assembly? I was just there last week. They're all high-fiving. Hey, have a great summer. I'll see you next year. Like you do at the last day of school. Little did they know that she was going to call them back one more time because they still can't get their act together. I was going to go down there, but I don't even know if I want to waste my time. It is just it is mind-boggling to see how inept our state government is right now that they can't get this budget done in a timely manner. All right, that's a big story of the day. Story number two, Iran and the U.S. shooting each other over the weekend. That's our second big story this morning.
Number two.
It's confusing, the fog of war, because there's lots of different groups in Iran. The communication's unclear. But the president's made clear it's tit for tat. if they're going to impose violence and weaponry on the straight, that they're going to get hit back, and they're going to get hit back hard.
Okay, that is Dave McCormick, senator from Pennsylvania. So right now, there's a memo of understanding. There's supposed to be a ceasefire. Iran apparently doesn't understand with the ceasefire. You stop shooting at other people. They continue to harass ships and shoot at ships, and then they send drones to attack ships that are going through the Strait of Hormuz. The United States is responding back. Every time they do it, we respond back, shooting back and forth at each other. They lob missiles towards Bahrain and other places that they're U.S. troops. Now they've decided, okay, we're going to stop for now. We'll get together Tuesday and have a talk. And again, my big question is, we talked about this with Brian Kilmeade earlier. Do they really want to make a deal, or are they just kind of stringing this thing along? It's yet to be seen. It's yet to be seen. But that was our second big story of the morning. Story number 3, it is semi-quincentennial week. We're getting ready for USA 250.
Number 3.
We wanted freedom when I wrote this. We didn't let it go away.
We got our independence, and it's still going on today.
Oh, yes, it is. The Great American Experiment continues. USA 250. We count down to our semi-quincentennial. Now, again, I talked about all the people that want to give side eye and those that just don't like the country they live in. I don't get that, but I got this text message this morning. This is from the Murphys. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Mike and Steph. Good morning, Rich. Love you guys. By the way, I miss you guys. You're awesome. All right, they're heading up to the Great American State Fair right now, and they're taking their grandson with us to celebrate America's birthday. Can't wait to see Arizona's booth. Heard it's one of the best. I love it. All right, to the Murphys. Oh, my friend Michael Murphy. He was actually on our trip to Ireland with us. Great WRVA listeners. Do me a favor, send me pictures. I want to see what it's like. I haven't been up. My son flies in tonight and will probably go up Tuesday or Wednesday after work. And by the way, I mentioned this earlier. I want to give a clarification because I got an update. I'm just going to share this with you. I shared with Brian, but I've got an update of where I'm going to be sitting for the fireworks show at the 4th of July. So my family's been invited by the White House to a 4th of July celebration as we celebrate 250. Now, a really good friend of mine, Daniel Cortez, he's a decorated Vietnam veteran, wounded in Vietnam, U.S. Marine. He's a great guy, literally serving our country, and then he's spent so much serving veterans across Virginia and throughout the country. And he came on the show the other day. He had been to the George Washington movie premiere and told us about that. And he's just a great guy. Just want to thank him for thinking of me to so I can get an opportunity to be invited by the White House to the 4th of July celebration. Also want to thank Brittany Baldwin, Thomas McIntosh, Maggie Mulvaney, and the dedicated staff of the White House and the America 250 staff. They've done so much work to put on this celebration of our 250th anniversary. I just want to say thank you so much for the invitation for the 4th of July. Now, there's going to be a lot of different parties that they're putting on that day for the USA 250 staff and the White House. But my invitation is my viewing area will be at the Washington Memorial. So I'm going to be right there at the Washington Memorial, enjoying the biggest air show you'll ever see. In fact, I think the Blue Angels and the Thunderbirds are both going to be flying that day, putting on an air show over DC as we celebrate 250, if some of the reports are correct, and then the biggest fireworks show we'll ever see. So I'm just so proud and honored that the White House, thanks to my friend Danielle, and again, all the staff at America 250 and the White House said, you know what, Rich, we want your family to be there. So my wife, my son, and I will be able to be there, and I'm really quite humbled. So I'll be there at the Washington Memorial. I'll take lots of pictures. I'll show you everything. It's going to be really great, and I can't wait to share that with you when we get back to work. But I just want to take a moment to thank all those people for thinking of me and my family for the 4th of July. All right, story number 4. Let's see. How about this? A World Cup update of what's been going on around the World Cup played here in the United States of America.
Number 4.
So we talked to Brian Kilmeade a little bit earlier. There's so many people said, there was a montage I think they had on Fox this weekend of all the people talking about how bad that the U.S. was going to mess this up and this was going to go on. The World Cup has gone so well. We just had the conversation, though. The people that don't seem happy with the World Cup and the way it's going are Americans that just don't like this country. It's rather amazing. The Europeans and the people that are coming from around the world just look at America like, this is not what we thought. This is not what the BBC shows us. This is not what our media shows us the United States is. These people are friendly. They're nice. You look at their restaurants and everything they have. It's an amazing place. And that's why Bill Maher said it. Isn't it amazing that you take people that come outside the country and come here to see how great this nation really is? It's been one of the fun things about the World Cup. All right, finally, story number 5. Just in case you're thinking about it, somebody wants to invite you over for a cookout, just make sure they didn't take the meat and stick it down their pants.
Number 5.
Big pants. I think they're like made for stealing. He has them blocked at the bottom so it doesn't go through. Came over here, looked around to see if anybody was looking, and he shoved it in his pants. He ended up going across the street to Publix. One of my employees was on break and saw all the rest of the stuff that he had.
Brisket,
wine, called the cops, and we got everything back. He ran off after we got the stuff back. By the time the cops got there, he was gone. But they have a good description. They have the video, and I'm sure he's on foot somewhere.
A Florida man sticks meat down his pants, Super Dave. Of course, it had to be someone in Florida. He got caught shoplifting. They got all the food, but he got away before the cops got there. But he shoved wine, expensive steaks into his pants. Dave, you want to come over? I just stuffed brisket.
I don't like brisket that much.
Filet mignon?
No.
Porterhouse. Got a porterhouse.
Anything that's in your pants isn't going in my mouth.
They got a porterhouse right here. Carried it.
No, thanks.
All right. Well, okay. I did see this one story. Okay. Dave said I can't. Dave's telling me shut up and talk. All right. That's going to do it for Richmond's morning news brief. You sure, Dave?
Positive.
All right. I've got this really great ribeye right here. I got this porterhouse. Shoved it down my pants. What would possess you to do something like that? I don't know. Anyway, today's program brought to you in part by Relevate Property Guides. Okay, so what's going to happen on 4th of July? You're going to be there. You got a big cookout going. Families there. You got neighbors. You spent like $200 on fireworks. You're ready to go. And all of a sudden, ring, ring. Yeah, hi, this is your tenant. The hot water heater just broke up, and there's something wrong with the fuse box. It always happens. Something big going on, and all of a sudden, bang, you hear from your tenants. Now what are you going to do? You see, that's what happens if you're a landlord and you don't have Relevate Property Guides, because if you used Relevate Property Guides to help you manage your property, well, they wouldn't be calling you. They'd be going online to Relevate Property Guides, where they have a whole system. Boom, set up. Great. We will get someone there to fix that hot water heater and that fuse box today, right now. We already have them pre-selected. They've already been vetted. So Relevate Property Guides does. It takes the pain out of being a landlord. They've got a playbook for everything because they've been at it for 10 years right here in Richmond. If you're tired of having your 4th of July, your weekend, your Christmas, Thanksgiving anniversaries ruined by that call that said something went wrong at the house, well, guess what? Have Relevate Property Guides take the pain out of being a landlord. Go online right now, relevaterichmond.com. That's relevaterichmond.com to see how they can help you avoid that telephone call on the 4th of July. That's relevaterichmond.com.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
A name says a lot about who you are and what you stand for. Some names even become part of a place itself, woven into streets, schools, and generations of families. For over a century, the Allen name has stood for helping in our communities and in the courtroom, helping Virginians rebuild their lives after a serious